Dutch Bamboo Foundation, we started, we formalized in March of 2021, so not long ago. And our mission is to scrub the air of carbon dioxide by growing bamboo locally right here in the Netherlands. And we've been speaking with Bamboologic for over a year now. So it's exciting to do this presentation with them and see them grow, and likewise we are growing at a grassroots pace. But bamboo is a fast grower, so you can see in this slide, this is one of our first culms coming up for a parvifolia, and that was about a week or so ago. So a little bit about Dutch Bamboo Foundation. We are a stichting, a not-for-profit public benefit organization. We felt like here in the Netherlands, it's a good opportunity to start growing bamboo to add to the double nature effect. I mean, I'm coming in from New York City about a couple years ago, and I now have a child here, also born in March. So I figure it's time to start putting roots in the ground, and we're going to be here in the Netherlands for a while. So it's time to put some bamboo into the ground, let it grow, and get some quick results to help double nature. So we're going to start some bamboo farms. Hopefully we can reduce some carbon dioxide emissions from the atmosphere. Another purpose is to raise awareness and to hopefully team up with some researchers, conduct scientific research, and stimulate a conversation about biomass carbon capture and recovery, so BICRs. And the idea is that we would like to take the bamboo, convert the biomass into a very long-term storage product to be stored under the ground and return it to the earth. So the goal is to not do any damage, and we're going to plant that bamboo as a natural solution and hopefully be a part of a new climate change conversation and climate policy. We see, why are we doing bamboo? I don't know. Like I said, I'm coming from New York, and I just have worked in the corporate urban environment for long enough, and I felt like I was having an impact, but not enough. And I just wanted to get my boots on the ground and just putting plants into the ground as well. So we see that bamboo is the number 35 solution on drawdown. So drawdown is a great partner with climate cleanup and double nature. Many solutions that are out there, and one of the great natural climate solutions. So we see, according to INBAR, which is one of the international bamboo foundations out there. So they do a lot of research, and they're coming out with reports saying that bamboo can sequester between 94 and almost 400 tons of carbon per hectare. So that depends on the species that's being used, depends on the climate, of course, and the way that your bamboo forest is managed. So we have a lot of goals, and we feel like we can achieve all of these goals within the next several years. But the main goal is that biomass carbon removal and storage. So as a nonprofit foundation and a public benefit foundation, that is the goal, is to really start to have an impact, whether it's small or large, that we're just going to keep on pushing forward. So the goal is to have it into very long-term storage products to go below the Earth's surface. And then after that, long-lived products. There's so many different things that bamboo can be used for. My background is environmental and business economics, sustainability management, and focus on sustainability within the built environment. So we look at like construction materials and cross-laminated timber. And bamboo can be an engineered product that can substitute for timber. We're using a lot more timber these days. Where are we going to get all the trees? There's plenty of them, but we're cutting them down at a pretty rapid pace. Bamboo is rapidly renewable, so a great substitute for organic matter, and it grows a lot faster than trees. Sorry, there's a whole lot of benefits as well. We're looking to have land and soil restoration, increased biodiversity. I put that twice, but research, education, innovation. Maybe we can team up with ANCRA, another part of climate cleanup, and perhaps we can do a pilot for a carbon trading program. So they're in the midst of developing their open natural carbon removal accounting program, and promote food security. It can actually be a food for people, and help rural livelihoods, culture and wellness, and the list goes on. So can it grow here in the Netherlands? Yes, of course. There are some fantastic nurseries here and botanical gardens. And in the picture here, that is actually taken in March as well of this year. And that's Hans Prince. He goes by the name of the Green Prince. And he's got his bamboo growing 10 plus meters here. And that's a Palestachus vivax there. He has many other species. I think he has like 80 different species of bamboo growing here in the Netherlands. One of several examples of bamboo pioneers that have been working on it and proving that bamboo can grow here for the last 20, 30 plus years. So our goal is to find a species or several species that can grow within the Netherlands 15 plus meters. We're looking for bamboo that has the most biomass potential within this climate. So we feel that we'll have the greatest impact in that manner for carbon sequestration, but also to kind of have that wow factor, increasing awareness. How are we going to do this? We would like to also have hectares of land within the Netherlands, just like Bamboologic in the southern part of Europe, and we feel like we can do it here as well. So in the next 5 years, we'd like to grow and then cultivate for long-term storage. How are we going to grow? Well, we're going to have partnerships. We love that we are a member of Climate Cleanup, and they've been a great partner and allowed us to have this platform. So thank you again. But we'd like to team up also with research institutions, government, NGO, and corporations like Bamboologic. And then literally, we're going to grow the bamboo here in the Netherlands. So we're going to propagate. We've already started with rhizomes and the roots, and we'll start with seed and splitting, and we're just going to keep on collecting and growing at that grassroots pace. So here again is our first one. I said that this was last week, and it's within the week, it's grown about 5 to 10 centimeters a day. This was a few days ago, and then this was yesterday. So it is a very fast growing plant. We're excited about the capabilities. You can see in the picture here, they're currently in planters. I need more space. I need land. I need a place to let these plants go in a controlled manner, of course, because they are running plants, and the roots just spread at a pretty rapid pace during the growing season. So what land can we use? It can be degraded, polluted lands. We're not looking for the highest quality land out there. We don't need it. Bamboo can grow in sandy soil, in dense loam soil, in clay areas. It can grow in floodplains. You've got land next to a highway, even the grasslands. A clear-cut forest, we'll go in there and we'll plant some bamboo, and it'll renew the natural environment there. And then agroforestry plots. We're currently teaming up with a farm down the street to plant some bamboo. So what are our current projects? That is the agro-food farm down the street. It's called the Nieuwe Bodem. They are allowing us to have several small plots where we can grow some bamboo, and the purpose there is to kind of start to see how much biomass we can get per square meter, to see what the potential is over the next few years. They are a food farm, so one, the bamboo will act as a windscreen on the outside of their farm, and then two, it's a food product. So it's, it's been used in Chinese food, Indonesian food, and we see it all the time. So we feel like it's a nice, interesting addition to their farm, and adds a different food than we're used to here in Europe. And not far from that agro-food farm, we have our propagation center where it's going to be a farm, but at the moment it is just start. You can see the bamboo is growing in containers, and we're just literally chipping away and developing a rainwater capture system for irrigation. We would like to build a bamboo greenhouse for propagation. We're developing our donor list, and we're doing a small scale planting at the moment of several different species. And we hope to deliver to Climate Cleanup within the next week one of these parvifolias as an exhibit for their natural climate solutions there in Amsterdam. So we feel like that's a good way to raise awareness within the Netherlands. So looking forward to getting that to you guys at Double Nature and Climate Cleanup. And then we'll start a small fundraising campaign, and non-invasive kind of clumping bamboos that people can kind of take home with them. So from there, we've got a lot of work to do, and we've been speaking with Bamboologic for a while. They have some really exciting updates to talk about within that last year that Joost had presented for Climate Cleanup. They've made a lot of progress. So without further ado, I'd like to pass the presentation over to Joost Borneman.
Yes, thank you, Brian. Thank you. A few facts about bamboo. I don't know if everybody knows a lot about bamboo. Bamboo is actually a grass, so every year new shoots will appear, and yeah, it will grow continually. You can plant it once and it will grow 60 up to 120 years without having it new being planted. Around the world, there are over 1,600 species of bamboo, which over 150 of them will also grow in the Netherlands. But when you go more south, you can grow like the really big bamboos you can also see in Asia and Middle South America. And yeah, it's already mentioned, it is not one of the fastest, but it is the fastest growing plant in the world. Can grow over a meter a day, and there are over 10,000 applications of bamboo. And here in Europe, it's not really common, but over 1 billion people around the world live in a bamboo house. So also for building material can be good material. The company Bamboologic, it's founded in 2017. Our mission is to install an ecological, sustainable, and for-profit bamboo industry in Europe. We do this by creating plantations across Europe on degraded soils, mostly in Southern Europe. We start doing this in Portugal with 150 hectares, where we're going to expand up to 2,000 hectares in the upcoming years. And the ambition is to plant over 8,000 hectares in Portugal, Spain, France, Greece, and Italy. We'll do this alone, but also together with our outgrowers. And when we are going to harvest the bamboo, we will use the material for high volume markets, like the high-tech composites, the clothing, the food industry, wood and construction, and also the pharma and health On the right side, you see the shoots for the food industry. It's really healthy, a lot of nutrients, really tasty, and it's a really upcoming market, even the biggest export markets from bamboo to Europe right now. But why do we choose Europe? As mentioned, it is the most important import market from Asian bamboo. And if you look at degraded soils in Southern Europe, in Portugal, Spain, and Southern France, the expected area of abandoned agricultural land is 5.6 million hectares by 2030. So huge increase compared to how it is today. And yeah, the nice thing about bamboo is that it grows on degraded land. It enriches degraded soil, bring back nature, and this way we can create a new ecosystem and add value to the land, the environment, but also to the economy and local people. For instance, we start in Alcotim in Portugal. 20 years ago, there were living around 4,000 people. It's now almost half, because all the young people go into the cities, and you have abandoned villages. And by bringing bamboo plantations, you bring back life to land, and you create jobs, and it's also good for the local environment. And of course, we provide a source of raw material, but the most important is we bring degraded land to enrich soils. Thank you, Brian. Yes. And now look at the plantation route to market. What do we have in mind with Bamboologic? Because it is not one thing we're doing quite a lot. We're starting with the bamboo plantations. It all starts in the nursery. That's where we grow small bamboo plants out of the seeds, but also in our nursery. We bring them to our own plantations and also to plantations of our outgrowers. These are partner plantations, for instance, from governments, but also from, for instance, Brian, and also other farmers in Europe who are interested in growing bamboo on their land. After quite some years, after 3 of the 5 years, we can start harvesting. The harvested poles we collect them from our own plantation, but we also are gonna pay back the bamboo that they will grow. So we have a huge volume of bamboo poles and bamboo material available in the upcoming years. And for now, we are gonna just sell the poles, but we will focusing on the primary processing to make the industry, to also create beams and plates for the wood and garden industry, and also harvest shoots for the food industry. And we can use the fiber and dust for composites, but also for paper and textile. And we're making progress. As I said to Sven, we started like 4.5 years ago. Today we have land. We have our plants in the fields. Actually, at the moment, 10 more hectares is being planted in Alcotim. On the picture on the left, you see 10,000 plants and the irrigation system with over 500,000 liters of water, which is only needed for the first 2 up to 3 years. Because after 2 up to 3 years, bamboo has its own root system and it doesn't need more irrigation because the water will stay on the field and it can water itself. And on the right picture, you see you're another partner in a plantation in Beja, which is already 4 years old, which is from now also our plantation, and this needs to be monitored from this year on. We can deliver around 150,000 poles from that plantation starting from next year. And I said they'll start with the nursery because we start plantation, but we need to scale as soon as possible. That's why we started growing 120,000 new mozo plants. Mozo, Philostachys mozo, is Philostachys aedes. It's a mozo plant. It's the most common bamboo around the world for applications, like all the flooring and kitchen material you see. It's mostly made out of bamboo, mainly made out of the mozo plant. And we started with 120,000 plants, which is good for 200 up to 300 hectares. And it's not only for our plantations, but also for our outgrowers. Because it's, if we want to run a factory for the industrial applications, we need at least around 2,000 hectares of bamboo to continually deliver material for the industry. Next to that, we have our first products from our partner plantations. We are harvesting European bamboo poles. These poles are up to over 20 meters. We harvest them mainly up to 30 meters, and we bring them to our warehouse. We have a warehouse in Belgium, and we have a showcase also in Nijmegen, in the Knowledge Center of Circular and Bio-based Building. And these are poles of 13 meters. They are only available in Europe. You cannot import them because it is too big to handle in a container. And this is where we are right now, and this is unique. The bamboo poles are 30 meters and a diameter of up to 13 centimeters. Next to that, we are doing research, because a funny thing about European bamboo is normally in Western Europe we are innovative. We do the research and then we have the thing, and the people in China, they copy it. But in China, they are way along the roads by doing research on bamboo. And there are a lot of good applications already out there. You can use it as a beam. You can use it for construction material. It can be used for fabrics, for clothing, for composites. They can make airplanes out of it. They can make cars out of it. And it can be done clean. And even products these days you see from bamboo, they can be carbon positive, even if they are imported from China. So if you have it in Europe, it will be way, way better. But for this, we need more research also to do it on our European way. And that's what we're doing. And we need to continue doing. So, are you bamboozled? And are you ready to become a bambassador? Because we cannot do it alone. We need your help. Several things. Like I said, we are unique with European bamboo poles, but we need also a customer for these poles to showcase them what we can do with European bamboo. And for instance, here in Western Europe, we build a lot with metal and concrete and steel because it is here. And when you see it, people build with it. But if you see the alternative, people will think about it. So we need customers who are in this business and are open to think about new materials, or if you have your neighbor or someone in your contact, bring them to us, or let's have a coffee. But we need more. We also need outgrowers like Brian. Can be private parties, can be governments, can be farmers, can be here in the Netherlands, but also southern down the road, France, Spain. We have a lot of people involved, but we need concrete. We need more, because it is an industry, and we need to scale it up as fast as possible. And of course, we need bamboo believers, because it is a story, and we are still in the first few chapters. On the left picture, you see the seedlings, the 120,000 seedlings we are standing in our nursery right now. Next to it is the plant from around 1.5 year old. You see the abandoned vents. We are gonna make a bamboo plantation from, and after 3 up to 5 years, we have the pools, and we can make the industry with that. But it is something we are gonna do, but it depends on the crowd and on you and our bamboo believers how long it takes. Because if we want to move things faster, we need more help with that. So this is what we at Bamboologic need. Brian, what do you need?
Well, we would like to provide a lot, but we're also, like I said, grassroots. So we're actively seeking startup seed money. So as a nonprofit, we're looking for donations to support our operations. Small, anything helps. So we're looking for funding to purchase more plants from maybe Bamboologic. So that would help us both. Do you have land that we can use for pilot projects? We need about 5 to 10 years to let the bamboo grow to maturity. After about 5 years, we can start to cultivate. But yeah, any land to donate, to rent, please let us know. Eventually, we can raise some funds for to purchase. We're looking eventually to do a volunteer day. We're looking to develop strategic partnerships with other corporations and government and nonprofits, and maybe start some affiliate programs. We're, like I said, we just started, so we're continuing to build our board. So we're looking for qualified or interested board members, scientists, researchers, creative folks, bamboo enthusiasts, business managers, whoever it might be that can help to advise and be part of this process. And then we just go all the way down to the grassroots needs, like getting the greenhouse built and the rainwater collection system set up and garden tools, and the list goes on. So yeah, we would appreciate any support out there as possible. And again, thank you to Climate Cleanup for having us and giving us this platform.